Good morning, my people. Today we will be bringing to you some shrimp and grits. First, we took and we peeled our shrimps. That Pluto TV came up. Gotta move that out the way. Yeah, first you took and peeled our shrimps. Then after you peel the shrimps, you take the shrimp shells, and you make shrimp juice. You just boil them so you get all the flavor.
Back out.
Baby. Talk about it, baby. Talk about it, because I'm explaining my way.
Shrimp and grits. You peel the shrimp, the U10 shrimp. Pretty large shrimp, you can see they're pretty nice size. You peel the shrimp, you take the giant shells, and we put them in some water with a little bit of Old Bay, a little paprika and black pepper, and we bring them to the boil until the shells turn orange. That way you know they're done. Then we're gonna take the shells and I'm gonna strain the broth into a smaller pot. See that there? And then we disregard all those shells. They're no good. Now we take that broth that we got off of the shrimp. I'm going to break half of it down because I'm not going to use all of that broth yet. I'm going to take part of that broth out. And it's going to be like a quarter pot of broth. And that's how we're going to start our grits. We're going to get some old-fashioned Quaker's old-fashioned grits, not the 5-minute quick grits, but some Quaker old-fashioned grits. It takes 5 minutes to cook grits. I mean, no, actually 20 minutes to cook grits. 5 minutes to cook quick grits. So we're gonna take these old-fashioned grits and we're gonna put them in till you see a little hill. When you see that hill, you know that that's enough grits. You don't need to put any more after that. It's pretty loose. As they cook, it's gonna take about 20 minutes to cook these grits, and as they cook up, they'll thicken up. So there we go. We have that in the water, in the broth, and that's going to be going for you. We'll let that go ahead on, and I'm going to reduce that heat down a little bit because I don't need it to overboil too crazy, because we need this to cook for about at least 20 minutes. So meanwhile, while our grits are doing their thing, I put it out on about 3, and as you can look into that pot, you can see that you can see those grits are starting to cook up in there. It didn't get in and start getting instantly thick. Like if you put 5-minute grits in there, it'll be all lumped up in a second. But you also have to keep coming back and stirring these, because grits will form pretty quick. But on these old-fashioned grits, it's going to take a minute for them to get where they need to be. And then the second thing we're going to do here, we're going to cook these lovely shrimp. I'm going to take a skillet. I can put those grits on the back iron. They'll continue doing their thing. And I can bring that other pan to the front aisle. Hit that with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Just about a half a tablespoon. And I'm going to hit that with like a little pinch of butter. The shrimp goes good with butter and garlic. About a tablespoon of butter. That's all you need. And now we're going to need a little pinch of about a quarter tablespoon of garlic. Quarter teaspoon of garlic.
So what kind of garlic?
I already showed you. It's minced garlic. We use this all the time. Y'all watch all my channels. I use minced garlic. About a half of a teaspoon of it. Bam, right in there. Look at the onion on the door already cut. This it is in the bag. Use it?
Last night.
Okay. I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna let that go. Meanwhile, I'm gonna come over here, get those grits. As you can see, those grits are starting to thicken up. But I'm gonna add a little bit more broth because those are nowhere near cooked. You want to add the broth slowly but surely because it allows you to temper the grits to the point you need them. Because no matter how long you're going to keep on cooking them, they're going to keep on thickening up. But put too much in there, and you're going to have to add more grits, and we're not going there. Okay, now we have a little bit of butter, garlic, and oil. I'm going to hit that with just a little bit of crushed seeds. My baby don't like pepper seeds, but for this dish here, she's gonna like this. I was gonna hit it with one hit. It doesn't even open. One hit of cherry seeds. It goes with it. A little bit of garlic. A little bit of onion.
Oh man, that in the closet, baby, right in front of you. I got some garlic powder.
I got onion in my hand. A little onion.
Powder.
Onion powder. And fresh garlic and garlic powder. Garlic powder right there. Perfect. You can even smell that smell pop up there. And because we got shrimp, I'm gonna hit it with a little Old Bay. I'm just toasting that garlic up a little bit, giving that garlic some flavor. Now we're going to lay our shrimp in there. And there you have that shrimp in there. Meanwhile, we're going to give that those grits another little turn there. Good. And because this is grits, have you ever had grits without butter? It needs butter. A little bit of butter in there. That's just going to make them nice and creamy. Good. They're working and doing their thing. Now, shrimp will turn orange on one side. That lets you know when one side is done. So now we're going to shift them over to the other side. Look at those are beautiful. Beautiful shrimp. Now let's let them cook up on the other side. Meanwhile, these grits are starting nice and creamy. You got just the consistency. We'll let them cook up just a little bit more. Back out a little net. Finish off these shrimp. And I'm going to let those cook down just a little bit more. And then with the last little bit of broth, I'm just going to throw it in there just to hit a little extra steam up to make sure those shrimp are all the way through where they need to be. And of course, you can steal a kiss from the cameraman. Okay, those are looking good. Get that with a little bit of that, hit a little bit of its own broth. Crank that up a little heat, a little hotter there. And just let that finish steaming up for a minute. Right now, everything is really done. The grits are good. The shrimp are good. I don't know if she want an egg, but we normally don't. I don't normally do an egg when I do shrimp and grits. But you want an egg with yours?
No, the shrimp and grits.
Got that shrimp and grits on there. Now I'm gonna show you what it looks like when we plate him up. I'm gonna go ahead and shut those shrimp off when they're done. You don't want to overcook them. We'll go ahead and shut the grits off as well. Give them one more stir. Pull the lid off, pull that off. They're done all the way through, but I'll go ahead and flip them again just for GP. Just that broth, since I've added the broth to it and they got the steam up, we'll steam them both on each side just so they can get the flavor all the way through. Everything is done in its own juices, which makes it really good. And I'm going to go ahead and get a plate so you can see what that looks like. Voila. Couple seconds here. Everything's ready to flow. I'm going to head on and start plating this. So I'll let some grits go for about another minute or so for them grits. But the shrimp are done. That's what they look like when they're nice and done. Nice large tiger shrimp. I just wanted to get those grits back up to a nice little boil again so I can make sure it reduce just a little pinch more. They're counting down 1 minute. See, they're boiling. You and the other grains with that. All right, here we go. Heat's off. Shrimp grits made with the shrimp broth itself. Put that in. Made just enough for two. That's why I didn't make a whole giant pot. It's just enough to feed two of us. there you have it. Shrimp and grits. I'm gonna put a little decorative touch to it. Just a little parsley. Give it a little green. And there you have it. Voila. If you want to put a little extra taste on the top, you can hit it with a little bit of this.